So, lots going on, right? And we'll take a step back real quick. We know that interest rates over the last 12 months, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. This time last year, I think we were still in the high twos, maybe low threes. And over the last 12 months, we've seen rates go up nearly 4.5%
Yes.
in some cases. I would call that a roller coaster. I know you would call that a roller coaster. Over the last month, we've seen some changes. Now, one of the biggest reasons for this change is we're trying to combat inflation at the Fed level,
Yes.
right? So the thought is that we're doing a better and better job of combating inflation, and we really thought we were getting some good news there because rates were responding in a positive way and starting to come down.
Correct.
So we moved off of our highs, which were probably 7.5%, and started to move down into that mid-6 range.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, we started to get a little bit more reporting, and inflation wasn't quite where we wanted it to be. So we started to tick back up, and then boom, last week, we have the issues with the banks. This is going to be something that we track, right? And our expectation is in the short term, what we've seen with the 10-year and with mortgage-backed securities, it's all positive for rates, meaning rates should be coming down. Have we seen that on our rate sheets yet? Not yet, but we're hopeful that we will. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Certainly going to keep an eye on what's going on with banking institutions around the world, certainly here in the US. So we have an idea of what we can expect for the spring buying season because like we said earlier, it's going to come down to two things, inventory and rates. Rates for our buyers, rates for our sellers, they've got to be in a good place that allows transactions to flow. And if they go up too high, we might see some buyers step out a little bit, kind of like we saw towards the...
Same with sellers. They'll step out too because they're like, I'm not selling unless I have to.
Well, sure. I mean, I think one of the stats that we read was nearly 70 to 80% of American homeowners have a rate below 4%.
Correct.
So if market rates today are 6.5 to 7, it's going to take an awful lot for a seller to say, you know what, I want to sell my property
Correct.
and get a new loan on a new house at double,
Oh, it would be very close.
right?